Oh my goodness. If you're a fan of LEGO Fortnite, get excited because today we just got a massive new set of patch notes with a brand new game mode. And as you can probably tell by the title, LEGO Fortnite Hardcore mode is here. Well, actually, they call it Expert mode, and there's also a Cozy mode. So we're going to take you through all of the patch notes and talk about every single new game mode. And we're going to tell you everything you need to know so you're prepared for the update when it drops on June 13th. In other words, 2 days from now. Guys, this is the update that I've been excited for a long time. I've known about this for a few weeks. I haven't been able to say anything, and the time is here. Just 2 more days until we get 2 brand new game modes in the game. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop into the patch notes because there's actually quite a bit. Now, taking it from the top, it says LEGO Fortnite fans, you might not like combat. You might want it to be a little bit easier so you can build, farm, and feel mighty, and that's where Cozy mode comes in. Like I said, there's 2 brand new game modes. First one we're going to talk about is Cozy mode, and then we'll get to the Hardcore Expert mode. Perhaps for you, survival mode was just the start. Do you have what it takes to face fiercer foes? Think you can up your game against regular enemies? And above all, are you willing to take these challenges with the risk of permanent elimination? Test just how unbreakable you are in LEGO Fortnite's new Expert mode. Play Cozy and Expert when v30.10 arrives on June 13th. So right off the bat, like I said, 2 days from now is when we're going to be receiving this ginormous update, but there's a ton of patch notes that we need to get into, so let's jump further. Starting with Cozy mode, it says whether you're a beginner survivor or a builder who likes a bit of thrill, Cozy mode is up your alley. Create a world and get greeted by Slumber, a friendly face who will guide you through your journey step by step. Cozy mode default settings. Cozy mode is a nice mix of survival and sandbox mode. If that sounds like your thing, choose Cozy mode when creating a new world. These are the default settings. If you choose Cozy mode, they can all be changed. Now on screen here are all of these settings, and I'm not going to go through every single one, but there are 2 new settings in the game that I want to read. As you can see, we have enemy difficulty with a new setting of easy and storm wild enemies with a new setting of off. Now, before this update, I don't think we've really ever heard of storm wild enemies, and when they describe expert mode, they actually break it down a little further, so let's keep on going. Survive a wild world in expert mode. Storm wild enemies. Afraid of wild wolves? Well, now there are even wilder wolves. In expert mode, creatures infected by a storm roam around with creatures who haven't been infected. Where did this storm come from? These storm wild enemies deal more damage, have more health, and move faster than regular enemies. If you're not prepared to face them, running away won't be easy. Now, as you can see, here is a screenshot of what a storm wild brute looks like, and apparently this thing should be just a lot stronger overall than the brutes we have in the game right now. But LEGO Fortnite did provide us with a list of all of these storm wild variants, and honestly, it looks like it's actually just every single enemy in the game. So we should expect to see a storm wild variant of basically every single enemy. You could pause if you want to read this list a little further, but yeah, like I said, it's basically every single enemy, unless I'm wrong. Stronger enemies. Regular enemies will be stronger in expert mode than in other modes, even if they aren't storm wild. Better get those recurve crossbows and long swords ready. Perma elimination. You're still not scared? That's good. We should warn you, losing all your hearts in a world where expert mode is on will make you permanently eliminated from that world. Got involved in a bad situation? If your inventory has the totem of return, when you lose all of your hearts, you'll revive in your bed with your backpack. The totem will destroy itself though, a small cost for escaping permanent elimination. And as you can see here on screen, this is the totem of return, a brand new charm to the game that just looks absolutely incredible and will definitely save you in your expert mode if you need it. I feel like this is basically a necessity when you're playing expert, so make sure you get one of these as soon as possible when the update comes out. And right under the image of the totem of return, it says you can unlock it by adding storm cores to your inventory, which you unlock by eliminating storm wild enemies. The totem of immortal will also be in expert mode. Got eliminated with no totem in tow? On the bright side, you won't be eliminated from all of LEGO Fortnite. You could still hop into non-expert modes or make a new expert world. So what happens to the old one? Key holders will still have a shot of survival unless you delete it. And that's a very interesting note that's gonna fly under the radar, but it is really cool that you can invite other friends to your world and they all also have 1 life. So hypothetically, you can launch an expert mode world with all of your friends and you can just play alongside them, but once you die, then you are out. That's a pretty underrated note in my opinion, but there's even more. We're only about halfway through the patch notes. So next we have trophies. Mark your survival skills with trophies in your world. Here are the symbols of courage you can unlock in expert mode. Grasslands trophy. Unlocked by defeating the storm wild brute in the grasslands, then interacting with a level 10 grasslands village. The dry valley trophy can be unlocked by defeating a storm wild sand brute and then interacting with a level 10 dry valley village. And same thing for the Frostlands. It says defeating a Stormwild Frostbrute, and then a level 10 Frostlands will give you that trophy as well. If you earn these trophies, you've truly earned them. And it looks like these are just items you can place in the villages, which is very cool. The ideas are already flowing for the builds that I'm going to be doing in my hardcore world. And yeah, we're definitely going to make sure this is a nice display. These trophies look absolutely amazing, and it's going to be a pretty cool item to place in your village. Next up, we have the expert mode settings. So it says choose expert mode when creating a new world. When creating a new world, these are the default settings if you select expert. Again, feel free to pause if you want to read these settings a little deeper, but what you would notice is that a lot of these just say that they cannot be changed. So the restrictions for the game type on this one are pretty heavy, which makes sense because expert mode should be the hardest mode in the entire game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to starting my expert world, and I'm going to make an announcement tomorrow on what we're going to do moving forward. But there's even more things that the LEGO Fortnite dev team touched on, and the next one is actually very important. They said major improvements, adjustments, and bug fixes, starting out with low memory versus too many constructs nearby. Before v30.10, you may have seen a high complexity warning in your world limiting your ability to build. v30.10 will clarify whether this is because of low memory or because of too many constructs nearby. If you get a low memory or too many constructs nearby notification, here's how you can continue normal play. Low memory. Try reducing overall constructs, the amount of unique constructs or items and creatures. Moving away from dense areas or exiting and re-entering the world can help too. Note the amount of memory available depends on the platform you're playing on. And too many constructs nearby. It says spread out constructs over large areas. Also try using larger building parts rather than smaller ones to achieve similar results. Building in a different location or removing constructs you no longer want can also help. Now, I'm almost positive this is the first time that the LEGO Fortnite dev team has come out in the patch notes and actually spoken about the high complexity error. And from what it seems like in v30.10, they're actually going to change the language that's used at the top of the error, so you have a better idea of what's actually happening. This is definitely a step in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to hopefully them continuing to work on this issue, because, you know, it is a pretty limiting factor, especially in a survival-based building game. So overall, I'm very excited that they're finally kind of taking on that challenge, and hopefully we're going to see changes through the next few updates as well until it's completely removed from the game. But there's still more in the patch notes, and next we have more things. Villagers in the Rebel Village will no longer count towards the villager world cap. The world villager count in the village hub will now correctly display the number of villagers. Skeletons will be less likely to spawn in villages. That's an amazing change. Lava caves on Star Wars Island will have rubies. Animals will do a better job of avoiding campfires. And wolves learned how to swim. And my goodness, that tiny little list of changes is just blessing us with a lot of amazing changes. First off, the Rebel Village not counting towards the world villager count is amazing because, you know, there's a lot of villagers out there in Star Wars, and it actually takes up quite a bit. I think it's like 7 or 8 villagers. And also, skeletons less likely to spawn near villages is a very welcome change. But moving further through the patch notes, the next thing and the last thing we have are LEGO styles. As always, they're adding LEGO styles throughout every single update. And as we scroll through this list, feel free to pause so you can see if any of the outfits in your locker just got a brand new refreshed LEGO style, because there are quite a bit this update. Nothing too crazy to note in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, feel free to pause or take a look at the patch notes down in the description if you want to look a little further at any of these items. But that has been it from v30.10. Probably one of the best updates we've gotten since Star Wars, and I am so looking forward to starting my survival adventure in expert mode. I'm gonna have a follow-up announcement video tomorrow on what the future of this world looks like, because I might have to abandon it for a little bit, but I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Like I said, let me know your guys' thoughts on expert mode and cozy mode down in the comments below. Are you guys gonna be playing either one? Let me know. I am personally so excited for expert mode. We're gonna do 100 days. We're gonna do absolutely everything that we did when the game launched, but just in expert mode this time around. And yeah, really looking forward to the grind. Stay tuned for daily uploads, live streams, and so much more. But I want to keep this video short and to the point, so tomorrow, like I said, we'll have a video talking further about this world and my plans for the future. But we'll leave you guys with this for now. Patch notes are linked in the description if you want to check them out any further. But if you found this video useful and you want to go ahead and say you were here before 1 million subscribers, make sure you're subscribed. The videos are about to go crazy on expert mode, and I can't wait for you guys to watch. So it's been your boy Kaz. I'll catch y'all later. Subscribe and peace.